JP Morgan signed this at midnight, and the price of silver changed before anyone knew about it. There was no chart for this. It didn't come with a note. There were no alerts, news stories, or people watching about this. The major media wanted people to pay attention to Venezuela or something else. But behind the scenes, there was a quiet move that changed the balance of power. This is the kind of move that you don't notice until prices start to behave strangely. And whenever the market does act, it always seems sudden, even though the choice had already been made. Look at this. Click that link in the description if you want to know more about silver. This event is being held by Money Metals. There are 20 silver birds up for grabs. They have this game every month. Alaskan Dustin was the winner last month. There's a link below. Get that silver by clicking that link and becoming the next winner on that list. Look at this now. Silver doesn't move just because people buy coins. Paper and contracts make it move. It moves because of attitudes and promises that are much stronger than metal. There are also a few banks in the middle of this chain. It's not just another player for JP Morgan. It has one of the biggest places in silver that is linked to the COMEX system. The biggest. The market doesn't need a press statement. When a bank that size changes its position, adds contracts, rolls over exposure, or changes delivery expectations, the price changes by itself. Pay attention to this. The amount of paper silver that is traded regularly is more than 100 times the amount of physical silver that is ready for delivery. 100 times as much. In other words, contracts, not silver itself, decide the price. When a bank with a lot of risk changes its paper presence, prices suddenly change. People who buy silver in stores, like you and me, don't notice this right away. The charts don't show it right away, but the pressure is building below the surface. The sellers are this far away that most people never look at them. A big chunk of the listed and eligible silver kept in COMEX-approved warehouses is owned by JP Morgan. That's important because the stockpiles are what keep futures contracts from going bad. A big silver holder who moves silver between categories or just leaves inventory sitting around instead of sending it sends a message to the market without saying a word. Conditions get tighter when there is less metal available for delivery. They get less stable when more metal sits idle. Take a look at the lockers that are connected to JP Morgan. They have held more than 30% of the silver that COMEX reported for John Doe. More than 30%. That gives them a huge say in what people expect from delivery, and it also gives them power over this spot price that you and I watch very closely. News stories don't change prices. Supply does. And supply is set quietly after hours, a long time before stores notice a change in price at the coin shop. The choice has already been made by the time the silver price changes on your screen. Large banks, like JP Morgan, use swaps rollovers to control their risk. Options placement and inventory alignment are two ways they keep track of it. All of these things can happen late at night or during the weekend. This is not getting a big news story. This is how the spot price is changing. This is what happens when a big company like JP Morgan owns more than 30% of the silver on the COMEX. They can change things on their own, and the spot price changes for everyone. Silver can fall for no clear reason when these changes lean cautious or bearish. There isn't a bad story or an economic shock. There is only quiet pressure from the top of the food chain. Just don't think this is only JP Morgan. According to accounts from the CFTC, a small group of large traders regularly hold more than 40% of all commercial short positions. A small group of traders is in charge of more than 40% of all short bets. There you have it, silver futures. That is not how a free market works when supply and demand are at play. It's not. That is a loaded structure responding to where it is placed. Those who stack silver know it lasts. That's when we feel it. After the price changes, after the rates change, and after the mood on silver changes. We'll get you some silver. Just click on the link in the text. Thanks. Thanks to Money Metals Exchange for paying for the task. A great battle. 20 silver birds are given away every month. About 20 eagles every month. To be the next winner on that list, click that link and take that silver. I'll see you on the next one.